What's up, guys? We've got multicam and multicam black aprons. Pretty badass. Bike tech, barbecue guy, working on your car, whatever. We got them. There they are. You want a rig? We can discuss rigs that are available. My voice is going to come in and out and crack. I've got water here, so I've got padded hearing protection cases, multicam black red, multicam black, Typhon red, Typhon purple, multicam. Got some handcuff pouches. I've got some mesh pockets. There's a badass little mini pack. Boxes made. Those things will all be stuffed probably over the weekend. New shirt this week. There's still some available, I think. Come and try it. It's got a minigun on there. All right, guys, I see 5 online, 4 thumbs up. I'm seeing 0 comments so far. I've got multicam compact tear-offs, and I have OD compact tear-offs. All you guys always asking for OD. OD's a dying breed, man. You want your stuff matchy-match? You better buy OD stuff when you see us put it up, because I've got them right now, compact tear-offs. And these things, while they say compact, they will adjust from slim, like they are here, to over double in size. So you can put a lot of stuff in there. You can put 4-inch bandages or 6. You can run tourniquets on both sides outboard. That's what those bars of webbing there are for. LW Jax, Billy, John, and me. Permapastures, what's up, man? Isaac Barrett, what's going on? Witherspoon, what's up? There's some strong people on here right now. Get stuff done, guys. How is everyone's evening? My trees came, Billy or William. Let me show you what I got here. I got 300 willows, hybrid willow and hybrid poplar, and I bought 4 to 5 footers, and I installed 25 of them so far. They look good. I don't think I can get these out of here to show you, but they look good. They got growth on the roots. They've got growth up on the stalks. Amanda, what's up? And my pumpkins, I put 3 pumpkin seeds on both sides of each of those mulch balls that the trees are all planted in, and all 3 of them have popped up. So I've got pumpkins coming out of there like crazy. I've got pumpkins all along the fence lines already that are they're putting on flowers. So I don't know, maybe we'll have some pumpkins. They might be small, but I think we'll have some pumpkins for the October event. Landon Wold, what's up? What did you cut the swales with that you showed today? Bob came in, Lester drove in, and cut those with a Mini X, like a 45. I think we had a 45, and a 14-inch bucket. Chris Watkins, what's up, man? How are you? We might have to cut some trees down here on the property. Hello. I'll eat your soul. Hello. Hello. Look at me. You come here. Come here. They love it when you pull their tails. Byron Roberts, how are you? Josh Winnie, what's up? So I have a friend. She's in Texas, and she sent some screenshots and some messages, and she said that all of the grocery stores, now I don't know how many all is, but the grocery stores are shut down and none of them are taking any debit cards. I think it said debit cards, so I assume credit cards also. I sent that to a couple of friends. I forwarded all that to several friends. Nicole said that it happens about once a month in her area and people freak out. And then a couple other dudes said that that has happened in California where they lived, that happened frequently, and they wouldn't take cash. Like during the CUFUS, a lot of places wouldn't take any cash for a year, 2 years even. Permapastures. Thumbs up, y'all. Come on. Happens maybe once a month here at Dollar General. So the question is, can you go in and buy stuff? You just can't use debit. Is that the deal? I've seen a lot of places, you know, I tell guys, hey, start experimenting with Bitcoin. An easy way to do it is through Cash App. My buddy set up his Cash App account, and they'll only let him move $25 a day. His bank, it's his bank. Now mine, I have moved $5,000 in one transaction, and now mine is only $1,000 a day. I can only move 1,000, and I have several years of history. And the limiting factor is your bank side. Your bank does not want you moving cash out of your bank like that. Even my credit cards, I use a PayPal debit card, and I mean we put millions of dollars through PayPal every year, and I have my daily spending limit. What's my daily spending limit? I thought it was about 20 grand. What? What's my daily spending limit on PayPal? 10,000. I can spend 10,000. A lot of places. Well, 10 per card. 10,000 per card, so 20,000. But a lot of places we have done business with, literally for 20 years, all of a sudden they decline these cards. So we have to call, talk to somebody, and then they'll let them run. And then on my card, they wouldn't even let it run. We had to run it on the other card. It makes no sense. These are accounts, reoccurring charges. You can look at the history on their end and see that we literally bought from these places like every week. So there's nonsense afoot, definitely. My bank blocked me altogether. Can someone tell me what the difference between regular eggs and organic? Does it really matter with the ones you eat? So Chef D, I'm going to let somebody else answer that who's better, that can give you a more concise answer. But keep in mind that organic does not mean what organic used to mean. The government came in and gave it a term. And when you are being fooled when you buy organic eggs in the grocery store, that does not mean like mine up top here, and that does not mean like the ones that Billy and them grow. Medi, what's up? Love the multicam apron. They're nice. They're very nice. Still seeing places saying exact change or credit debit. Hit those thumbs up, guys. Daughter had a problem with her debit card yesterday. I'm seeing a lot of places saying that they can't get on their online banking, and they've gone into the bank and requested $1,000, and the bank will only give them $500. I'm seeing a lot of people also saying that their withdrawal out of their ATM machine limit has been lowered from like 300 to 100. I'm seeing a lot of that. Now, from what I recall, I saw 15, 20 videos about it, and I saw a lot of posts talking about it. Now, the banks they were naming, they were not any banks I had heard of. Got your OD black diaper bag. It's my EDC bag. Right on, Guzman. Banking issues for us also, Permapasture says. My bank stopped me from transferring to buy Bitcoin, so I switched banks, personal, business, and farm accounts that have been open for 20 years. Mike, we're seeing it everywhere, bro. That tells you they are fearful. They are literally in the death throes. I mean, you have the Fed, spokesperson for the Fed came out and said, we're exploring options for a cryptocurrency. Let me translate that for you. We already have one, and we're about to make all you guys use it and make your dollars useless. $500 at yours. My bank will only let me spend $1,500 a day on a debit card. So did they let you, was it higher before? Mine was I could spend almost anything through my banks. But my PayPal, we over time have had it raised to $10,000 per card. Wells Fargo is the worst. So I had Wells Fargo because I could bank at Wells Fargo on Sundays. And I actually did do that. But we moved here. There are horror stories. My worst bank ever that I've had to interact with was Bank of America. It was always absolutely horrible. And there are so many nightmare stories about them. My daughter's with Regents. We have Regents here, I think. Trimmed a bunch of trees. Used the Milwaukee chainsaw, excellent. And the pole saw, right on, just okay. I have a Milwaukee chainsaw. I have it in the box here. And I need to cut some stuff up. I need to try it. I've found that most of the string trimmers are kind of underpowered. Regular eggs come from chickens in cages and never see day or light. True organic, which you want to get pasture-raised eggs, means that the chickens get to go outside, eat bugs, feel the dirt. Now, something else to look at too is non-soy fed. When you hear egg allergies a lot of times, people aren't actually allergic to eggs. They're allergic to soy, which they feed the birds. And then you got to look at what they're fed if they're not fed soy. A lot of people use like fish emulsion, I think. And I've heard people say that you can kind of taste the fish in the chicken egg, like boar taint. But I hear other people say that they can't tell boar taint. So just be aware of that. You could use peanut, you could use pea. There's a lot of things you can use, and all that feed costs more. Militant farmer, what's up, buddy? Probably be smart to have electric chainsaw with gas getting so hot. I'm pretty pleased with my electric stuff. I really am. Here's a couple more boxes here of trees. Here is my electric chainsaw right there, still in a box. Here are 400 DAC hams. Finally figured out how to comment on YouTube. Alyssa, what's up? Prank call, prank call. Is that really Alyssa? Not force feed, feed corn or soy feed. Today, commercial chickens are fatted where they get so big they break their legs trying to walk. So, Cornish cross birds, you harvest them at 10 weeks, and if you do not, they get so big, their hearts explode and their legs break. Those are the only ones that we have problems with getting big. I feed my birds. I let them eat almost as much as they want. We feed them tons of fridge clean out and table scraps also, as well as, you know, weeds and stuff. But the only one that we ever have a problem with are Cornish cross. It's me, yeah. For months, I couldn't figure it out. It's because you're blonde. You should have asked a man. He could have told you. Zach could have told you how to comment. This little cat, man, hits this ball and cannot get to it. I got some eggs from my neighbor, and my whole body broke out in hives. I've never had that happen. Josh, that's super weird, man. How recent was that? Come here, little guy. Come here, baby. I heard that Rhode Island Reds are good chickens to raise. They are. Rhode Island Reds are great. A little aggressive with other chickens. Barred Rocks are great, and I think they're beautiful. They're just a really pretty bird. Brahmas, those are great. I've got Rhode Island Reds. I've got Brahmas, black and white Brahmas. I have a bunch of Barred Rocks. I just bought a whole nother flock of Barred Rocks, and I bought a whole nother flock of Brahmas that I'm going to keep segregated so that we can breed those eggs true. And then when everybody was talking chicken virus stuff, I bought a bunch of birds and kept them completely segregated and away from any outside birds, right? In case there was anything to that. And it seems to have just vanished, right? It just died away. A few weeks ago. Josh, I can mail you some eggs, man. How many acres am we working with? I have 10 acres here, Josh. I have 10. The rocks are really good. They're pretty too, man. And all of those birds, we have them all go through the summer heat. We just make sure they have water and shade. And we let them out in the snow, and they run around out in the snow too. I've never had one die from cold or heat. A couple years ago, we fed our chickens whole carp. They ate the meat and the bugs that came. The eggs tasted fine. The chickens were healthy. Good information, good information. We took the whole gut pile, the skin and everything off the pig that was processed a couple weeks ago. We dumped it all in the chicken pen. They ate through it all. On about day 3, you could, from distance, you could see the whole pile just crawling. And the pig skull, you could see it just moving. And it was full of soldier flies. So the chickens all stand around and gobble those things down. And as soon as the chickens were done and not interested in it after a day or two, the dogs took it and stripped it. And it looks like we literally bleached the skull. Like it's clean. You could hang it up in a barn. You could put it on a shelf somewhere. It's white. Don't ever bleach a skull. If you have a skull you need clean, do not ever use bleach. It will ruin it, and the skull will degrade, and you will damage the skull for the remaining life of it. So don't ever use bleach. Off topic, have you heard about the Supreme Court ruling New York City's concealed law? I have. We live in a free state. And I don't think that is going to change anything, really. I mean, as good as it sounds and all the videos I'm seeing, do you really think New York's not going to issue any fucking gun permits? It's not going to change a thing for anybody that lives in New York. And even if it does, it's going to have to go back and be heard in court. It's going to be 2.5 years till anything even happens. Finished them in an ant pile. So I had a beaver skull that I put in an ant pile. And a couple weeks later, they ate the skull. It was gone. They ate it all. There was only little pieces left. Hit the like, guys. The hybrid layers are great for eggs, but they start to fall apart after a few years. The heavy breeds are better long term. Yeah, so you can get a 2,000 egg chicken. You can get a 5,000 egg chicken. The hybrid egg layers come on very, very early and make a couple hundred more eggs than the others. But I'm not like, really, a lot of people who do chickens, they'll get Rhode Island Reds one year, they'll get Barred Rocks the next year, and then they'll get another. And the reason they do the different colored birds like that is because at year 3, they're going to kill those birds. Or at year 2, they're going to sell those birds off. So you could get the eggs all the first 1.5 years out of them, because that's what they're going to produce. It's about 6 months till they start making eggs, right, guys? So you're going to get 18 months of eggs, and then you're going to sell those as adult egg layers. So you're going to profit off of that, and then you're going to have your next up-and-comers. And I bring my birds up in the winter. Like I have all through the snow and ice, I've got babies, and come spring, they start laying eggs. Like we're almost ready to go by then. How would you advertise rural land as a deal before it goes to a broker? I get some good deals and would like to turn with a pretty good discount without having to put on MLS. Freedom, you're going to have to connect somehow. Start an email list. That'd be a good way to start. I got a buddy that's a pretty big real estate dude in San Diego, and I get a text message from him every couple days. And I'm not even trying to buy any shit in there, but you need to connect with people like these people on here, for instance. Get on, start making posts on big YouTube channels. People will notice you and click on you. And then when they go to your YouTube, have a video on there describing what you do. Add value places. People will notice you. And then, the header video for your YouTube should explain what you can do for them. And then set up your social medias and stuff. That's how you're going to have to start. Get in some of the homesteading groups. Get in some of the gardening groups. Backyard rabbit groups. Get in all the groups that have anything to do with that shit. And then you can poach clients. Really like the shirt in PP1 video this week. Ever considered carrying women's V-necks? So, and we did carry women's V-necks, and they don't sell. Women don't buy them. I sit on a ton of inventory that women don't buy, and we ran a very small amount, so we stopped running them. All of this right here These are all shirts that women did not buy. These are shirts that women did not buy. These are V-neck shirts, most of them. So we don't have the market for it. We used to, but we don't any longer. And we don't have any less sales. The women that want our shirts, they just buy the men's size in a smaller size. I bet New York will make it $2,000 for a permit. You need to renew maybe so. What they said was, you're not following the law you passed. So they're just going to rewrite the law. Yeager made a post. I don't know where it came from, but he shared a post of some group saying, hit the rural cities, roll into town with a couple hundred people, you'll overwhelm them, over this Roe versus Wade stuff. From pastors, I think my bank won't let us take out no more than $5,000, even in person. We had some really good leghorns. Yep. Prepared Patriarch, how are you? My bank puts the brakes on a 10,000 silver purchase I tried to make today. They say I now have to physically go to the bank on Monday to make it happen. Permanent pastors, death throes. They know people are moving their money out of their system. You got to walk in there and tell them, hey, I'm closing my account. Go ahead and hand me a cashier's check. Newsletter would be good. Freedom. Newsletter would be good. But at the same time, you don't have to send out a newsletter. You can do mailings, as you know. But if somebody jumps through the hoops to subscribe to your email and your text message, you have qualified customers at that point. You can put out a digital email, a digital newsletter, put out videos, tell them, hey, I'm going to send you this thing that tells you how to buy rural land inexpensively, give them some information, and to get that free 10-page ebook on how to buy land cheaply rurally, you subscribe to this email, and then you send them the 10-page thing that you wrote, right? Which basically tells them, hey, buy land from me. New York City has already said they will declare almost every place a no-carry zone, subways, etc. People won't bother because it's a pain in the ass. Yeah. The other thing is, they won't fucking leave New York. Is it true over 60% of commercial property is vacant in New York? All those skyscrapers are fucking empty. That's the only way to prevent people from buying gold and silver in large quantities. They will tax it so high to sour the milk, but will always buy. So Tennessee just became a state 6 months ago, no sales tax on precious metals. I'm coming to Camden soon. Would like to see the trees you're talking about. Chris, you are welcome here anytime, brother. You just tell me when you're coming, and we will make that happen. Everybody else listening, unless that's happened for you, you're not invited. Well, some of you are. If you're invited, you know who you are. My thing is, if the dollar collapsed, then everything going to be chaos. Yeah, well, I think the dollar is going to collapse. I think the Fed is going to move you into their crypto, right? Which won't be backed by, the dollar's not backed by shit either. But what is this really about? This is just more control over you. Right now, I can go to Chris and go, hey, Chris, I want to buy some eggs. I'll take $1,000 of eggs. Here's 10 $100 bills. And Chris can go, hey, I want to buy $1,000 of silver, or I want to buy ammunition, or whatever. they can control you if it's all digital currency. They have a record of everything that moves, and they can turn your shit off just like they can turn off your debit card right now. Perma Pastures, hit the thumbs up, y'all. I got 63 on board. 63 souls floating on this ship right here. And only 49 thumbs up. And the crazy thing about that is, over half of those thumbs ups, they're not on this video anymore. That means there's more than that difference on board right now that hasn't hit that thumbs up. This is a free video. Let me tell you also, my super chats are enabled. My super chats are enabled. If you get any value from this, if there's anything entertaining in this, throw us a bone. Throw us a bone. Help us do what we're doing. Come to one of the events. Come out and meet Billy. Come take some knowledge home that might save your life. And if it doesn't, if it's not in a position to save your life, it will definitely change your life for the better. Come learn how to grow food. Come learn how to raise animals and turn them into meat. Plus, you'll meet some awesome people. You don't need that? Buy some gear. I employ 20 people. You guys buying this stuff literally feeds their families. I mean, we feed them too. I mean, we feed them breakfast and lunch. Anybody that wants to eat. We send leftovers home. Not a single employee here has bought eggs for the last 5 years. We pile eggs up. They could take 10 dozen eggs home every day. But when you do this stuff, it pays their rents. It pays their kids' dental. It does all the things that need to be done for those families. And it's human beings. Real live human beings. Right here in this building. Every single thing that ships out of here is made 100% in the United States in this building right here by U.S. citizens. Empty, what's up, buddy? Tiger Paw, what's up? Like button, Oatmeal Outdoors, right on. Okay, Oatmeal Outdoors. Oatmeal cookies. Is it raisins or is it chocolate? Is it raisins in oatmeal cookies or is it chocolate? How's the new guy doing? He still works. Chris Watkins. So I'm not sure which new guy we're talking about. We had one that came in that worked the day and took off the next day. My other new guy, he's awesome. Like all of our guys are fucking, they're awesome. My new guy, who you probably met, solid dude. And I told him the other day, I go, dude, I can't afford to not have you here, but I feel like you're wasting your time working here. Like he should be doing a podcast. I'm like, hey, figure out some shit you want to do and I'll help you. We'll do it together, right? Come up with something and we'll put that in motion. Like that dude, he's going to go places. He just has to figure out where he's going to go. I love raisins in my oatmeal cookies. Everybody knows it's chocolate chips. I'll bet you wear Crocs too, don't you? I'll bet you wear Crocs. Look to your left and right. I'll bet there's no girlfriend. It's because of the raisins, bro. It's because of the raisins. I'm telling you. Get some chocolate chip oatmeal cookies and just go sit wherever you think you're going to find your girl, right? Maybe at a pond, maybe at a park, maybe a library. You could probably find some smart, cute chicks at a library. But you'll get, I'm telling you, raisins in your cookies, no girlfriend, Crocs for the rest of your life. Risky Christy, what's up, buddy? My grandma always made them with raisins. It was so disappointing. The holes in Crocs are so your dignity can flow out. Yes, yes. It literally, it says 30-year-old virgin. Dude, at this point, growing food and chickens is a great side hustle. John Paul Jones, it is, man. And it's so fulfilling. It's rewarding, right? And that it's just like, look at it as momentum. It is literally the gateway drug. Like just plant. I went out Saturday. Amanda and I went Saturday and bought, I don't know where we were, but I bought a bunch of pumpkin seeds, like 3 different kinds of pumpkins. And all these trees out here and these piles of mulch, wood mulch that Chris brought here. Thank you, Chris. That all the wood mulch we got from Chris. Those trees are all growing out there, and there's some pumpkins out there by the fence line from the pumpkins from last October. And during the winter they freeze, and I ninja kick them and try to kick them off the fence. I'm losing some flexibility, so I damage myself a little bit. But I do kick the pumpkins, and they go flying, and they rot down, right? Well, they grow. They're growing all over. So I thought, well, I wonder if I could grow any in these mulch piles. So when Amanda and I were out, I think Saturday, maybe Friday night, I bought like 20 packets of pumpkins. And then Saturday or Sunday, I went and just took a fistful out of those wood chips. And they've been there for like 4 weeks now. They're breaking down. There is soil, like it is damp, like they're totally dry on the top. You just grab down in there and you can literally wring water out of them. It holds so much moisture, and it's already becoming like rich black soil. There's dirt there. So I dropped 3 seeds in every hole, and I put 2 on one on the left, one on the right, 3 and 3 in each of those rings. Every single place I planted those, all 3 are up. All 3 plants are coming up. Like it's just rewarding, right? And I have 90 days. I actually have less than 90 days. I have less than 3 months until there's going to be 1,000 people here, right? And I told them what I'm going to do. I told them this place will look different, and you will see evidence of success. You will see evidence of work, and I'm going to do it all 2 hours a day. And I have. Every day, I've spent 2 hours a day putting things in motion, starting new projects, and when you come here, you can go, hey, what'd you do in the last 90 days? And I can walk you to every one of them, and we can have a conversation about it. You might be pollarding, compassing next festival date. Maybe so. Maybe so. We're going to let them grow and see. We're going to cut them at about, 6 feet, probably 8 feet, 6 feet. They do hold a lot of moisture. They do. Guys, you should look at a forest as an underground lake. You know, when you cut the woods down, if you go out in the woods and you just rake the leaves aside, the soil is always damp. If you just took a shovel, took a fistful of that dirt, you can literally squeeze it, a drop of moisture will come out of there. You will get a drop of water. It is an underground lake. When you cut the forest down, all the other shit dies and the earth just dries out. You want to put cover crops in. We're planting a lot of trees right now to provide shade for other things. And, you're going to have evidence. You're going to see it. We have a class coming up. Billy and William are coming out. It's the end of July. The end of July, right? The end of July. You're going to be able to come here. I believe it's a Friday, Saturday. I believe it's Friday, Saturday. It might be Saturday, Sunday. I should know this. We're going to feed you. We're going to have some vendors here. They're going to be here, and we're going to show you how to put a swale in. You're going to see how to find where your swale should go. You're going to figure out, you're going to be showed if you want to change the course a little bit, how you can do that. And then we're going to put that sucker in, and you're going to see it with the tractor, and you can see it all day long on the internet. But where it really just sank in was walking with William when he was using the A-frame. Now we have a Bosch laser level. Thank you, Bosch. Thank you. We got a Bosch laser level, and we're going to show you how to do it both ways. But the A-frame, I'm telling you, the A-frame is easier than the laser level. So then we're going to have an excavator, and we're going to have some shovels, and we're going to put a section of swale in by hand for you guys that don't have an excavator, can't get one to where you're at, can't afford one. Totally understand it. Totally understand it. We're going to show you how to do it with shovels, and then we're going to show you how to figure out what to plant it with. And then we're going to mark them in. We're going to put our cover crops down. We've already got our trees selected, and you're going to see all of this. And did I tell you we're going to feed you? We're going to feed you while you're here. You're going to come here. You're going to have access to the building just like one of our events. We're going to hang out some. There's going to be some on-site camping. If you guys like coming to the events, this is going to be a smaller. You're going to get a lot more one-on-one time. Billy Bond, he'll be signing autographs for you. So I'll get some posters made, with him. Milk Boy! I do that all the time. Milk boy! I wonder if the dog looks when I say that. And Billy be signing pictures for you. And it'll be a good time. It'll be a good time. And you will see progress really fast. Like, it will really, really open your eyes. And we're going to put a food forest in the back here. We're going to select the trees that have to come down for sunlight, which is going to give us a ton of firewood. A ton of firewood. We're going to have to cut some branches from up in top to get some light through. And then we're going to have a secondary class in the fall where we come in and we actually plant all of the fruit trees. And there's multiple swales going in here. There's some pond work that's going to happen. And you're going to see how these swales in the top start at the top of the property, funnel water into the little pond, and it runs out of there into a big swale, which will have a bunch of trees planted in it, which will provide shade so that we can plant a ton of stuff on the very top of the hill where it's just like a desert right now. And then that water will travel into those 9 swales that we've installed that you saw on the live feed tonight on Facebook, if you saw it. And then from there, it will travel down into the flat inside the horse fencing into a new, smaller pond we're going to put in there. And then we're going to have swales out in front also where all those trees were just installed. We're going to have a swale back behind that on the uphill side, which will water, and then also will water into all those other trees. Autographed Camo Cox. Hey, John, I saw your video from 7 years ago. I saw you much younger and handsome. Do you sometimes miss young and handsome version of John? Yogi. I don't. I think I'm in better shape right now. I am definitely much more motivated. I move with urgency and purpose. If I could go back to any age, I would probably go back to 30. If I could take what I know right now, if I could literally take me and put me in 30-year-old body, I would take that. Yeah. Can't do it. Doesn't matter. Would you like to have $5 million tomorrow morning when you wake up? It's like having that conversation. It doesn't matter. I wish I could go back and tell 25-year-old me some things. And what I would tell me is do everything you're doing as though it's important. And if it's not important enough to do it in that manner, stop fucking doing it. That's what I would do. Imagine where we would be right now, all of us. Imagine, because I would excel so much beyond where I am right now, and it would benefit everybody that comes in contact with me. Amanda has spoken. Yogi, I like 50-year-old John better than the younger version, and frankly, that's all that matters in that topic. Amanda will tell you that my man parts are bigger. My endurance is higher because I used to eat shit all the time, right? We'd go out to eat and I'd always have a Dr. Pepper and a couple margaritas and dessert. I mean, I still do all of that. I just don't do soft drinks. I still have a couple desserts. I still have a margarita. But Amanda's always liked older guys. I mean, that's always been the thing. That's why she fits.
Stop telling all my secrets.
And I buy her really tall shoes so that she can be 4.5 feet tall.
Shut up.
I mean, in California, she has to sit in a car seat legally.
A booster.
A booster seat by California law. Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, I do spend time working on me. And a lot of that has to do with who you're around and who you spend time with, right? Because if you're the smartest dude in the room, you're in the wrong room. You're never going to progress further. If you are the most motivated in the room, you're in the wrong room. You need to get some other places. I'm in a mastermind class. I pay $300 a week. I pay $300 a week to be on a video conference for 1 hour once a week. Now there's an app and we have access and we network with other dudes. Like if I could go, hey, I need to do 2,000 shirts, there'd be 10 guys in there. Hey, I need to buy equipment in this state, there'll be 10 guys in there, right? But I pay $300 a week to have access to these guys, and I'm probably the low guy on the totem pole in the group. These guys are buying jets, they're buying $2.5 million vacation homes, like they're doing big stuff. The guy that runs the group, He's in a mastermind, and he gets his class that he pays $1,000 a week. So he's paying $52,000 a year. So if you're the smartest dude, you need some different friends. Amanda's true queen of SOE. I admire you. Love SOE. Yogi, have we ever met? Spank him. Started the day with Jack, then Billy and William. Now here with you, John. Grateful for what I've learned. Tiger Paw. I love being included in that list. I am so just, I giggle every time I see it, right? Like I said when I was on stage with these guys here at our last event, I'm like, I don't even know how I'm qualified to be standing here with these guys. Like Billy and William came into town, and I knew they were going to be too late to have dinner with us. And Nicole's like, hey, they're going to the hotel. I'm like, hey, tell them to meet us right now at the compound. Tell them I need them to see how we have the pig pen set up. And that was just selfishness. That was me wanting to meet them. I was so excited to meet these guys. And it was worth every second of it. So like with Billy and Jack Spearco and Nicole and Bear, and I was the fifth one up there, and I'm like, I don't even know why I'm standing on this stage, right? Love my medical backpack. So glad to get it. It's beautiful, isn't it, Kirby? It's beautiful. Hey, serious question. I've got some giant holes 3 feet deep, 150 by 200 foot. Do you think I can just fill it in with wood chips and let it turn into soil over the next couple years? John Paul, you can, but what's going to happen is those wood chips are going to compress and they're going to sink, right? Just like when you put potting soil in a raised bed, it compresses, and part of it just becomes about half what it was. So we had 2 trees up on the hill here years ago that we planted. I planted like Colorado blue spruces, big ones. My favorite Christmas tree. We planted 36 of them up top, and there's only 1 alive today. But we planted 2 really big ones. And we used an excavator and dug this hole. It was like 6 by 6 by 6 feet. What we did is we dug through chert and clay, and then we filled it in with mulch and soil and compost. And the trees lived for about a year, and we had like fencing around it so the goats couldn't get to it. But what was happening was, because those holes had no drainage, when it would rain, it was always quicksand right there. All this grass grew up. We never knew it. The tree died. The trees started to die because there was nowhere for the water to go out. And when the trees finally died and we went to pull them, there was no roots. They rotted out. But there was, you know what was there? A bunch of like aquatic plants were there, like this like tall, skinny, round reeds, like this grass was there that you find it around ponds and stuff. So can you do that? You can, but I don't think it's going to work like you want it to. What I did was I just had those 2 holes. This is why I'm telling you that. Those 2 holes have always been a dent, an impression. They're probably about 24 inches deep. So I took some dirt when I cleaned up one of the culverts. I have a bunch of dirt out there. And I took that dirt and dumped it in there, and then I put wood chips over it. I took it in, dumped it, pushed the bucket down heavy on the skid steer, drove over it a few times, and it was pretty level. And when I moved all those wood chips over, I had a pumpkin seed in there from that culvert where I cut the culvert out, because that's where the pumpkins all were. And even having done that, it's a depression again. Like I need to add a few more inches of dirt. I have a question. Well, ask your question, buddy. Ask your question. You don't need to ask me. Like, I don't understand when people are like, hey, can I ask you a question? Yeah, you just did. $25, please. You posted a video recently. Curious, where did you get the aluminum chicken tractor, and do you like the quality? I love the quality. It's $3,500, guys. It's $3,500. I bought it at a shed place. I have found a few places that make them. I believe I believe we know the place, and I don't know the name of it. I will find out. We will do a video on this. I'm trying to get this iPad to sit. I bought it from like a tiny house place. I can lift it up. Like Amanda and I did a video. It was in the dark, right? And we got locked inside that thing, and we couldn't get out because the hasp is on the outside, and the wire is small enough. So she actually used her titanium chopsticks and was able to get us out of there. Now we could have lifted it, but anyways, it was funny. It's $3,500. It's TIG welded aluminum. The tarp, I believe I'll get 6 to 10 years out of the tarp. TIG welded aluminum, I believe short of a tree falling on this thing, I'll have this thing, and I mean it's quality. I will have this thing 30, 40 years. It's got these big wheels on it, kind of like a off-road child stroller, like a Bob stroller has. If you got kids, check out Bob stroller. They're badass. They have shocks on them and stuff. I used to have this cool trailer that I'd hook up to my mountain bike, and I'd take Babyhead when he was little, and we'd go mountain biking. We'd go do 12 miles, right? And I'd jump, and the trailer would jump. I have video of us jumping and the trailer just flying through the air behind me. Anyways, you deploy the wheels, and I can move this thing one-handed all over the property. If I want to go uphill, it takes 2 hands, very doable. I can drag it with 2 hands and just kind of heave it without deploying the wheels at all. To deploy the wheels, it only takes 15 seconds. It just takes walking this side, walking to that side. When your birds are real little, they'll be able to get out, but you just use food, right? So in the morning, when I move that chicken tractor, I take feed inside, and I use a trough feeder. It's called a reel feeder because it has this bar on top that pivots, so they can't stand there and shit. And it also keeps them from kicking the feed out, right? A lot of feed goes to waste. So I use these trough feeders that have a pivoting bar on the top. I buy them from Premier Poultry. They're green and yellow, like John Deere colors. So I feed that, I fill that up with a pitcher of feed, and I move it to the front of the chicken tractor, well, the back. And then I go around and I look through the egg box, because birds are dumb. I've killed a few of them just running over them. And I've got one that's got a broken leg that's just dangling. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to come back and unhedge you. And when I came back, I couldn't tell which one it was. I'm like, I wonder where that bird went. And he's hopping around. He was up on the roost tonight. He's eating. It's like a 3-legged dog or 3-legged cat, right? I got a 1-legged chicken. I could have killed it. I didn't kill it. It's still holding size. I see it eat. Anyways, you will run over these things. Deploying the wheels definitely helps that. And then with the feed, right? Even when they get out, I've usually got 3 or 4 out. I open the door and they're done, right? They want to come around this way and they get behind the door. So I chase them this way. And as soon as they see that door opening, they run in there. So $3,500. You could build 6 to 10 chicken tractors on your own. I like this thing. Like I want to get with the company and see if we can be a dealer for them, see what wholesale on them is. I'm gonna buy another one. I'm gonna put turkeys in there. I've got 2 turkeys in there right now. I've got about 50 birds in there. I'm moving it twice a day. I really need to move it probably 3 times a day. I need to buy a classic World War II US M1, but Amazon does not allow the purchase. M1. Are we talking about an M1 Abrams? I don't know what an M1 is. I don't do surplus stuff. And I would try eBay really for actual World War II surplus stuff. And there's some really good military collectors groups. And you probably have a military collectors group in your area. I was talking about on Facebook. MeWe has one also, like old ordnance, disarmed ordnance. They've got all kinds of stuff. Oh, M1 carbine or brand. Got you. So I heard what you said about freeze dryer. So instead of buying a medium, I bought 2 larges. Bad idea. Now I want 2 more larges. So just monetize them, man. Figure out how to make money with them and do it. And be honest with yourself, right? Put a kilowatt meter on those outlets and see what you're actually paying in electricity. 70 watching and 91 likes. Great Wolf. Thank you for pointing that out. 64 watching and 94 likes. 70 watching, 91 likes. Good, thank you. Did I hear you talking about testosterone supplements on a podcast with Nicole? Would you have taken them when you were 30? Nick, I did take them when I was 30. Took them when I was 21. Took them when I was 26. I used to go with a SEAL platoon down to Tijuana. Actually, Ensenada, Rosarito's before Ensenada. We would go down there on a Wednesday with a bunch of SEALs. We would get a script from a doctor. We would get the meds from a veterinary pharmacy, the same pharmacy. And then we would go to this place in Rosarito, and for $14, we'd get 3 lobster tails, rice, beans, and tortillas. I was using testosterone cypionate. I was using Deca back then. Currently, I am taking testosterone propionate, which they say is the only one that'll cross the blood-brain barrier. I do feel that my thought processes are faster. I feel like my verbal fluency is better. I definitely noticed when I switched from cypionate to propionate, I noticed a huge difference, and I noticed it like very quickly. You'll hear a lot of people say a lot of things about TRT. That's the family-friendly version of steroids nowadays, hormone replacement therapy, right? Steroids, gear, whatever you want to call it. It's very commonplace now. Your doctor will tell you all kinds of crazy things because most of your doctors don't know. They're just repeating what they've been told. Their job is not to make you feel better. So with the testosterone, you will sleep better. You will have more energy. You will, and you should use it, right? Utilize that while you can take it and not work out. You don't have to work out. But why would you not? Because you have the cheat code, right? Why would you not work out? I feel like every time I work out, it puts, a day on the back end of my life. That's how I look at that. How's everyone tonight? I just got some walking the pup and doing off-leash obedience. I think we're all good here, Great Wolf. For you guys that don't know, he's got an adorable pup, and it's a very cool dog that he's training. Dude, honestly, with the freeze dryers, I'm saving money on Mountain. Yes, you are. You're saving a fucking ton of money on Mountain House right now, if you could even get it. I never met you, but I bought some pouches from SOE 5 years ago. Still make good use of them. Right on. Right on. Sondag, what's up? Got my hormone replacement therapy and heard you talking about it a couple streams back. I'm wondering if you know if there's any way to stockpile. Get good with your company. Get good with your company. You can buy it offline also. If you guys aren't aware, you can type in, hey, I want to buy, and whatever it is online, right? And they'll have a telehealth deal. And with that telehealth deal, you'll have a few options. You can do like an expedited one, and it'll cost you about $130 to talk to a PA or doctor or whoever, right? And they'll do your script and then mail you your shit. There is also, you can do it with AI, and you can do it right away. It's usually about $30, and they'll mail you your shit. So you might look at that. I've run tests for, I was off, any of that stuff for years and years. Got back on 5, 6, 7 years ago probably. But all through CUFUS, all through the branch Covidians, I didn't run anything. And you guys saw what we were doing, the videos I was doing while everybody was locked down. I just think back, I'm like, imagine what I would have done with hormone replacement therapy. And I went a solid year with nothing. Worked out all the time, cardioed all the time. But it's not just building muscle. It's economy of sleep. I operate and move with more energy through the day. When I turn the light off and my head hits the pillow, when I say I go to bed, I'll say I get in bed or I'll say I go to bed. When I say I go to bed, that's when I go to sleep. That's when I turn the lights off, head hits the pillow, and I'm asleep. Like immediately I'm asleep. And a lot of times, most nights, I go to sleep at 11:30 or 12 o'clock, and I get up at 4:30. Go to 2 separate docs and start TRT with both. Use one, and yeah, that's another way to do it. Absolutely. Turn the new gun store in Brewston onto SOE and the next SRF. Hopefully he'll stop by. Right on. Sweet Peacemaker. I'm not sure what that is. So very true about docs. They don't, yeah, that's why they call it a practice. Their job is to sell you drugs, especially if you have insurance. If you're not a cash paying customer, and for every drug that they prescribe to you, it's a sliding scale. They make more money for the second, and they really are in the profit on the third. Any bad side effects you experience? My dick is bigger, and my wife is really small. I try to have sex 3 times a day. Like, I mean, if we're going to be honest, I want to have sex 3 times a day. It wears her out. 2, and I hear people like, I hear YouTubers and this, like, I follow this dude, How to Beast. I think it's How to Beast. I like his channel. And he's got a cute little girlfriend, and she's like, we have sex all the time. Like, we have sex 2-3 times a week. I'm like, I'd have 4 other girlfriends if I'm having sex twice a week with you. So there's that. I don't see any side effects, man. I run I think I'm using Nolvadex or Clomid right now. I was taking HCG. We get our stuff through a compounding pharmacy, and the FDA has decided that compounding pharmacies cannot do HCG anymore. Makes no fucking sense. And at the same time, they awarded the HCG contract to Pfizer. So what I used to pay like $30 a month for HCG, I now have to pay like $600 a month. So I take an estrogen blocker, which is Nolvadex or Clomid, I don't remember which. I'm supposed to take it every other day or something. I inject. Amanda actually injects. I can inject myself, but I inject into my lats. We inject into my lats. You can do triceps. You can do delts. Anywhere. I tried one time injecting into my leg, and I swear to God, I was on the toilet sitting there, and I jammed the needle into my leg spasmed, and it fucking shot the needle out, just like that. See that? Man down. So I see no negative side effects. Now that's not to say that can't be. We've had a lot of dudes through my shop, here and the other shop, doing hormone replacement therapy. I have a very close friend. He was using a pretty big clinic out of Nashville, and they gave him testosterone, and it fucked him up. Like, he was crying, his fucking tits were sore, the dose was too low. So it was raising his estrogen so high, it was literally converting to a girl, right? So what did he do? He went to our doctor, they doubled his dosage, and literally overnight, fucking fixed it. A lot of people don't have a fucking clue what they're doing. And there's a lot, like, the clinic we use, we send a card with every single order. Depending what state you're in, you guys can telehealth with the company we use, and you just go to LabCorp, they'll draw blood, I think it's 3 tubes, they'll get access to your labs, and they'll do your prescription, and they may, like, my shit comes in the mail. FedEx, just fucking, it shows up. Guess you hit a nerve. No, it just fell. Belly fat. So empty. I was injecting into belly fat, and I'm very lucky that the guy that runs the clinic comes into town for my appointments. I deal directly with the guy that owns the place. And he said, how do you feel? I go, honestly, I feel like it's not working. And he goes, okay, what do you think about going back intermuscular? And I said, I've thought that all along. I really felt like for the last 1.5, 2 years that I've done belly fat, that it didn't work as well. And he goes, okay, how do you feel about, let me switch you to this other one, Test Probe. Holy fuck, the next day, I was like, oh my God. Like, just fuck, it was like I was 10 years younger. Was that, yeah, I got a Grom. Grom gang. Grom life. Gromulan. I feel pretty good. I just work out, do a lot of cardio, light weights, 90 push-ups. That's awesome, Chef. I do a lot of light weights. And sometimes I just come out and do my warm-up and don't even work out. But I typically come back and do workout. So I warm up with bands to start with. I'll do some hangs here or over here or on this stretching cage. And no matter what I do, I always start with shoulders and I do the fives. So I'll do 10 reps forward, 10 reps side, and then 10 reps rear. And I do that 5s, 10s, and 20s. That minimum. If working shoulders, I actually do 20 rep sets, 5s, 10s, and 20s, all 3 exercises nonstop. And I got that from Seth Ferrasi. That's where I saw that. I'm like, that looks like a whole fucking workout. I always felt my shoulders were lacking. And in doing that, my shoulders have really come in. My chest is very, very lacking. I've got all kinds of shoulder problems. So when I bench, I typically use a Swiss bar, football bar, neutral bar grip, whatever you want to call it. And I typically bench closer grip. And when I get on the bench or any bench, I want to squeeze my shoulder blades together when I mount. I want to plant my feet and I want to bring them up. And I typically use a closer grip. And I don't use a lot of weight. Like I'm lifting more weight on my shoulders than I am on my flat bench. Like I lift lightweight because I just need some surgeries and I don't want to have fucking surgeries. Kawasaki 125. Yeah, I'll bet you have a lot of fun on that thing, man. Can't say enough about Optimize You. It's a game changer. They're great people. It is a life changer. Absolutely. We have a ton of clients. Like I don't get any money. I don't I tell you about those guys because it literally will change your life. And it's not even expensive. How much is my Optimize You every month?
What?
How much is my Optimize You every month?
150.
$150, guys. You couldn't buy illegal steroids for that.
You couldn't get a single bottle of testosterone for $150.
Yeah, it's lever gun rig. Do you sell just that? We do not. No, we don't, and we will not either. Nope. Most of the labor is in the cards, and we have no intention replacement cards for the shotgun rig. So don't lose your cards. Down 64 pounds just walking and riding stationary bike. Just started going to Planet Fitness and started a month. Right on Daniel Wingrove, down 64. So how much do you weigh now? Because what I'm about to say to you is going to be different if you tell me I am now 400 pounds compared to I am now 200 pounds. Peacemaker, I like that name. 294, right on. Good for you, man. Good for you. So now that you've done the cardio, make the cardio harder. A lot of people get on the bike and you really don't lose calories on the bike if you're honest with yourself. The treadmill, elevate your speed, elevate your elevation. You should be able to barely hold a conversation with the person next to you. Like if you go in and do cardio and the whole belt of the machine is not fucking soaked in sweat and your shirt, when you take it off, you can't wring it out, then you have a lot more to give. And it will make a change very, very fast. I hate the rower. I hate the stair stepper. So I make myself do those things. I hate both of them. The easy thing for me is to get on the treadmill. Kit is sent in mail already, preloaded into syringes. That's cool. Mine's not. Mine's not. I have no idea how much weight I've lost, but I'm down a shirt size. That's fucking, and it shows, Jason. It shows. Like you can see it when you come in. Feel better, but haven't done my second round of labs at 90 days. Feel it could be better. It will be better. It'll be better. Who do you use? I missed it. I use Optimize You. When I see the clock at 4 a.m., I feel bad going back to sleep. Cash Only J. Sometimes, let me tell you a secret. Sometimes I go back to sleep. Frank Tank, what's up? I have no idea how much weight. Okay, I think we've read all of these. Where are our Optimize You? Are we out of cards? Lost 2 inches of belly just by eating pasture-raised eggs, pasture-raised ham, uncured, organic whole grain bread. Right on. Johnny Woodman, Urban Woodman. Did you come? Have you been here? Like, do you come out here? What's going on here? Come on. At 4 a.m., I go back to sleep too for about 15 minutes. No, I've not. Right on. Optimize You. I love them. Jerry takes great care of us Tennessee folks. Yes, he does. Very, very good care. That's who he does. That's who does all of the TAC response guys. Also does all James's stuff. Good people. They'll be out here at our next event. You guys can come meet them. All right, guys, I'm going to get off of here in a couple minutes. Last comments. Anything you want to discuss? Gear that you want to see? We built a lot of stuff this week, mostly smaller stuff. I meant to bring you some more mead and honey. Last time I was around, but got busy in Bath Springs. Right on, no worries. I got some honey right here. This is buckwheat comfrey honey. Buckwheat comfrey. And I've got I got some strawberry wine sitting in the fridge from a buddy, kind of local here. Optimize You is online based though. I wouldn't mind trying to see about the secondary dock though, for getting a surplus, getting better treatment. I don't think I like the syringe being preloaded already. Got shaving bags. My wife stole mine. Toiletry bags, yeah. Yeah, we have all these right here. We're very low. Like, usually this whole thing is full. I see Marpat back there. Purple, Tiff, pink, Typhon pink, multicam blonde. There's girl colors. We did woodland today. Those finished up today. I've got like 1s and 2s of these others, which you might not get. They might have already sold. Best sling for an AK. Do you want a single point or a 2-point? We make a single point bungee and we make a 2-point bungee. Have you used your chamber vac lately? What model? We do. We use it pretty frequently. And we have a VacMaster 215 and we love it. My friend has a huge commercial processing plant, right? A butcher shop. Live cows come in and steaks come out. And he uses a VacMaster 4500. It's enormous. And Chef Josh, who's on here, might still be on here, he had a 210. I went to buy a 210, couldn't get it, and that's why I bought the 215. Do you have orange tool bag lights? I think we do. I don't think you can order them. I don't think we built them because guys requested them on some of the promos, I think. Yes, I do have tool bag lights. I don't think there's even a way on the website to order it. Message today, ordered 3 things. Would you show me the colors of non-bungee single? I received message today and ordered 3 things. Would you show me the colors of non-bungee single points? OD, Coyote, and red. And there's probably black on sewing machines back there right now. Patrick Caswell, what's up, buddy? How are you? Yes, the tool bag light is on the website for $65. Yeah, order one then. Order an orange one, it'll ship to you. Why red for slings? Because your asshole friend won't steal your red sling. And if you're on the range and your black sling disappears, everybody's sling is black. The red one denotes that it's yours. You can use it, and let's be real, 90% of the shit that goes to the range, it doesn't matter color. Make it like let your girl own it, right? Your girl likes pink. That's what it takes to get her into it. Your daughter likes toxic green, and that's what it takes to get her in there. You want to look different, like when it comes time to shoot bad guys, they ain't gonna give a shit what color your sling is. So we make them, and we sell a ton of them, or we wouldn't make them. For the same reason we put orange thread in things. Tiff blue and pink, right? Purple, royal blue. We sell, if you see us making it, we sell a ton of it. Tin micro rig pink threads right on. Red sling in case of firefight. I got lots of pink gear. It all comes home dirt color. Yeah. Single point slings are great. Sweet thing. Thank you for your orders, man. Not sure what chest rig to get. Like both the Mookie Light and NSW. Well, good news. We're never running a Mookie War Light again. And you won't get one unless you buy it secondary market. NSW rig is a much more robust rig. We do still make the 6 mag stacked and the 8 mag. If you want the Mookie War rig, the 8 mag stacked is just a better rig. It's individual slots per mags. You don't have to worry about closing lids. Most guys, I mean, if we're honest, most dudes won't even fulfill the full use of a micro rig. This holds 4 with a utility pocket. You can put 2 full-size smokes. You can put full-size med pouches in there. If you're just on the range shooting lead, 2, 2, 2, and 2. You can put 8 P mags in this sucker. This rig will also carry AK mags. If you want something faster, the stacked mags, these are stacked mags, right? 1 slot, 1 mag. You can run bungee retention. You can take the bungees off, and there's Velcro retention in there. You put a 1-inch adhesive dot on only one side of your mag. If you put them on both, you won't get the mag out. This is what we did for the seals for 25 years. No Mookie lights because people didn't buy them. They did. 1s and 2s. Like the last time we ran them, it took a couple years for them to go out of here. We have things that are so surpassed there. Ben didn't design that rig. Ben wanted to put his name on some stuff for some notoriety and some different things at the time. We built those rigs for a movie. And originally, that was the rig. We built it to be a low price point rig. And it still looked kind of combat right, but it was making the actors look fat. So we then built that 8 mag rig into a 4 mag rig because it was too bulky on film. Just finished the first books in 299 days. Thanks for the recommendation. The good news is you have like 9 more books to go. They're pretty good. Orange sling will be good for the steel weed eater. So I don't have any orange tubular. My single point is red and black. I use red tape to mark my mags. Yep. Not sure what chest rig, single point, 1010. What's 299? It's about collapse of civilization. It's prepper fiction. It's prepper fiction. When I'm outside, I'm usually listening to audiobooks. Lately, I've been listening to a series called Black Autumn. Shipping confirmation 2 weeks, 2 days in a row. Right on, Patrick. Thanks for your orders. That's because you're ordering stuff you see on the emails. The latest going. Oh, I didn't know there was a new Going Home book. I like those books. All right, guys. Have a great evening. You're all grown fucking men, so do what you want. But if your life is not how you want it to be, take note of what it is you're doing, because that's what you're going to have to change in order to make your life how you want it to be. If you just set a timer, set your watch, your phone, whatever, for 60 seconds. And once you do this a couple hundred times, you'll just automatically do it. Every hour, stop for a couple seconds and reflect. Did I use the last hour of my life to do things that make me better, or did I waste that time because it's never coming back? And if you analyze your day every hour, your life will change drastically. My addiction, if you build it, I'll buy it. Right on. What should we build next week? What should we build? I think we're going to do butt packs. I need to do NSW rigs. I got a list of things I need to do. A friend of mine wants a bunch of stuff, so we'll probably build extras of that. And super chats, I don't seem to be able to go back here and reread them. I'm not sure why or how that works. Maybe do it with the iPad. Have an NSW on order. Patrick, send me an email, buddy. Reply to your confirmation email so we can see what color that is. I know that we do have some on order. Padded H harnesses, we build them all the time. Tiger Paw, man. Thanks for being here, buddy. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Good night.